Hi, and welcome back to AUS&US. Today we're going to be going through my 2015 ST NP300.
Ice in my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say.
Alright, let's start going over my 2015 NP300. Picked this up at middle of 2016. It's a 2015 plate, got it brand new and it's been mint ever since. Absolutely love it. Some of the first modifications that come along was the bar work. I'll insert a couple of pictures here of the previous state it was in. It had the bull bar and it had the rear bar with the tub, and that was practically bulletproof. That rear bar was really good, but the tub is also very limiting to size. Followed by UHF. I didn't have the GME in there originally. I had a Uniden, but the whips kept on breaking on me, so I thought I'd give GME a crack, and this one's been good. From then, performance-wise, hasn't really had anything done. I mean, it's got a catch can. I wouldn't really call that performance, more preventative, but that's pretty much it. Oh, and I guess the Safari snorkel as well. Also has the King spotties. They are what they are. They were cheap, they work. They don't stay in place very well, but for the money at the time, and yeah, they still work, keep me out of trouble. Has a King's winch. Has recovery points that I cannot remember where they're from. Also has steel bash plate under the front and under the front cross member under the sump. Hasn't got the third plate. Side. Have the eBay steps, which as you can see, yeah, not fared up very well. They don't like full driving very much, but I was about to say they're better than not having steps, but I don't know about that. Suspension has a Outback Armour 50mm lift. It's been in there for about 5 years now and it has been perfect. I've had to change the springs. I got Ironman 300 to 600 kilo springs once I changed to the tray and toolbox setup. It was just a little bit too much weight considering the previous springs were 150 kilo constants, which just wasn't enough. Even these are a little bit on the softer side, but the rooftop's going to be coming off soon anyway. So if we move into the interior, it is very stock. The Cap Industries fire extinguisher mount, I thought was very necessary. It's got the bedrock floor mats, and apart from that, really got nothing going on. The rear seat has been taken out. It's just me and the partner and the dog, so the rear seat wasn't really necessary. The false floor was a much better option. So in the back, we just carried the air compressor, recovery kit, and first aid. Under there we've got just a roll of emergency toilet paper, the Darchie awning pegs, and old Baxter sits over there. Now if we move on to the boxes, I picked these up off of Marketplace about 2 years ago. I was very excited when I saw these. I was living on the south side of Brisbane at the time, and I seen these pop up on the north side, so got in the car and went and got them ASAP. I think I got them for around 1200 if I remember correctly. I could probably look into it. There was a few things already done. It had a fridge slide in it, but with the CFX 55 it wouldn't fit, so I took the fridge slide out and it sits in there perfectly now anyway. Made a few little changes to the 12 volt setup that was in here. These were here, that was there. There was another row of switches here, but they were the metal toggle style switches. And I just changed it out for this panel and cleaned up the wiring a little bit in behind. And it's now good. Little fan for extraction and a spare one to go. A couple little tubs for coffee, you know, the necessities. Got the Road Chef travel oven, Not mounted down yet because I'm not quite sure if I want it here or if I want it on the roof, but we'll figure that out soon. Got 3 drawers. Got most of the storage, I guess, pantry items you could call it. You usually have another box that comes in here with other pantry items in it, but you know, it's just the oils, chucks, garbage bags, another spare little cooker if I need it, stuff like that. And the next one, got cutlery and plates, a few bowls, plates, little coffee press, barbecue lighters, cups as well that are currently aren't in here, also a priority. And then in here, got the Zempire cooker, which can be set up in here. It's got a line to drop through the gas, and it's doesn't pump out much heat onto the roof or anything, not that we've noticed anyway. It's a good one, has a little toaster on it and stuff like that. It's worked perfectly for us, so it'll probably stay in here. So yeah, that's the box for now. Once I get the camper trailer, I think most of this will stay as it is. Want to keep the car as light as possible, where none of this is, you know, overly heavy, so it works out alright. So we'll have a look at a few of the bigger ticket items that were, I guess, not necessarily necessary, but more luxuries. The wheels being one, definitely not necessity, but they look pretty. The Dachi 270, I'd say, is probably the best value for money one that I could find at the time. It worked well with the setup. I got a lot of coverage around the front, the side, and the back of the car for, I think it was $1,200 again, and I don't regret it. There are plenty of freestanding 270s out there, which, you know, definitely have their benefit, but for me, the times that I've actually got it out anyway is when I'm set up and I don't mind throwing a few lines and pegs out. It's not a bother to me, so it works out fine. And we also have the Bush Company DX27, also known as the Delta. This is the in-between between the Black Series and the Alpha. It doesn't quite go as high, canvas is a bit thinner, only has one accessory side on the 12 volt, but still very, very comfortable. We did a trip to Land Cruiser Park, which is our first real outing. It was, I think, 5-6 degrees, and we were very toasty, very comfortable. Do not regret this spend at all. It has been fantastic. So in here, we've got the 12 volt setup, which I might go through in depth in another video. And then we got the drawers here, which this one just has tools in it most of the time. Currently the toolkit's not in here, but that's where it lives. Max track pins, don't keep them on there full time. They're just on there for when I need them for trips. And then the XRS just mounted up onto the dash there. It's been a fantastic car. Over the last 5 years, it's taken me many places. As I've said before, it's been to Cape, it's been across the Pacific Desert, it's been through Arnhem Land, it's been down to Finke. It's got 170,000 Ks on it, and it's given me very little issues. The only sort of issues are the ones that you hear typically with the NP300s, the rear main being one of them. I'm up to my 3rd rear main, which, needs to be replaced. It's, you know, pros and cons, I guess. It's been pretty flawless, other than it likes to leak. But it hasn't ever stopped working. It's never left me stranded. The only other issue I had, actually, remembering, was when we went to Cape. I at the time, didn't do any research before going. Had I done the research, I would have seen that the boost solenoid breathers weren't high enough. So doing all the crossings, Palm Creek, Nolans and such, they just took on water and they decided to stop working. So the car was just very sluggish, barely could do 100, but it didn't stop. I got back to Darwin like that, and the car was still fine, obviously just down on power, and Nissan warranted it, knowing full well that it had been off-road. So I fixed that and it was flawless again. The only performance stuff that I can think of is not necessarily performance, but a catch can for preventative, and I did put a 3-inch DPF back. So DPF's still there, if that makes sense.
Hey guys, was just in the middle of doing editing and realised I didn't actually do an outro for this one. So I'd like to thank you again for watching, and if you have anything you'd like to see in future videos, please let me know in the comments below and we'll try and make it happen for you. Cheers.